Because buying a used car is a question of trust. Question to reflect for you is really, how can you trust? Have you ever got duped? Have you ever owned a lemon car? And what can blockchain technology contribute to it? Right. So, my point here is blockchain technology can help building trust by conducting business in a trustful and safe environment. Because that you don't get this lemon for you. Imagine, I would just like to take you on an imaginative ride very quickly. You, right? You. Have a decentralized digital register where all vehicle life cycle data is stored over time. Imagine you can utilize verified vehicle information to buy and sell used cars in an efficient and effective way. In fact, all cars, not only used. And you have an easy market to access. You get verified vehicle data, making fraud close to impossible. Wouldn't this be good? But what would this mean to imagine for business? And for instance, like for us, a road traffic authority. Well, we could have a business or a road traffic authorities in all the world could have access to verified data set that is constantly updated. Have, of course, all insurance information digitally available, make CO2 footprint and emissions transparent, so what are you consuming, what is your footprint, have a reliable database for safety recalls, which is very important. When the car gets older, addresses and data gets lost, so that is very important. And of course, create sales valuation file based on trustful data. So, ladies and gentlemen, no lemon car anymore, and what is the good news for you? Proven by the University of Zurich, by the Blockchain Center, done research, you can achieve 5% and more value when you sell the car, because you have all the documentation and it's very easy to sell, to have such a car. That exactly you don't get a lemon. Right. So, to achieve a higher sales price, of course, you need tokenized, validated vehicle information and also assets, meaning ownership, and that you can do, of course. Think about that all vehicle data and information is available for homologation, for immatriculation. So to put the car or the truck or the bike, if you have a bike, on the road, that you have all service, repair and inspection history available, and you have a history of no accidents. But if you would have accidents, you can still prove what was the accident, if the insurance company is in the blockchain, and also prove that it was repaired well. So you have also a possibility of transaction for tokenization, because you can use the token as for data, for asset, and also for ownership, of course. Right. This has been the aperitif for the moment. And of my symphony, we come now to the main menu. What is the main menu in the coming few minutes? I would like to talk quickly about value chain actors and landscape, give an overview about how we see a digital ecosystem for vehicle lifecycle management. I would then come to tokenize mobility to transfer value. And ladies and gentlemen, for you especially, if you get to McDonald's, you get takeaways. I would want to give you takeaways, 3 takeaways messages. Right, let's come to the landscape. I would just introduce very quickly national road office. You think, what the hell are these guys doing? Well, we are acting on behalf of the Principality of Liechtenstein government and its ministry, in this case infrastructure, with the following task and responsibility. We have to contribute to the road traffic safety. This is the first and foremost, most important issue for our road, that it is really the cars that are trucks or whatever are on the road, that we really look for road traffic safety. Of course, blockchain mobility is on our agenda. Autonomous driving, first and foremost for regulation, but really it is around the corner and we have to be ready for that too. And of course, sustainability. We are drafting and implementing European Union, Swiss and Liechtenstein policies and laws, collaborating with stakeholders, is it governments from Europe, EU institutions, UNEC, so United Nations of Economic Commission of Europe, CEDAR, Conference of European Director of Roads, industry and society. So that is where we are. But of course, we also issue the beautiful e-driving license and e-vehicle registration, including, as you see here, our number plates. This is, by the way, a souvenir number plate you can buy, an official one. And we do all the technical inspections of all light, heavy, medium and heavy duty vehicles. So it means including the vehicles which are in the slopes in the winter to clean the snow or make the, let's call it the downhill, fantastically good. And on top, Liechtenstein is a true car mobility land. We have 700 and what is this, about 770 cars per 1,000 capita. So we are one of the highest, let's call it dense mobility country of the world. We have heard a lot about Liechtenstein Blockchain Act, and for us as a government agency, it also provides certainty, legal certainty to tokenize mobility. And yes, we have known, I don't want to go here into the detail, we have the act, we have in Liechtenstein the concept token container model with very important trustworthy technology. We want to conduct business under legal certainty, and yes, we have an FNA, Financial Market Authority, which makes this really good. We also have, from a regulatory perspective, the real cool and good framework of what was developed by Thomas Schlegel, which we all know, which explains all the details. And ladies and gentlemen, for me, the first and most important issue here is, it's about this blockchain law is about hygiene factors. You know, you need hygiene not to get ill, and the hygiene factors here are KYC, AML, and GDPR. So it means know your customer, anti-money laundering, of course, directive and data protection. This is very, very important to run the business in the blockchain and have trustful information. Now, I talked about landscape. The landscape of today is time wasting. As you see, if you look at when you would like to buy a car, truck, motorbike, it's very complicated, it's tedious, and it's a lot of time wasting things. The current situation is there is a lot of friction and bad quality in the system. If you look at the system and if you look at the ecosystem, what you can see here, I'm not talking just of a road traffic authority, I'm talking about the whole life cycle. So it starts with when it is manufactured, when it is imported, where there are importers, it goes on in terms of a dealer, it constitutes also insurances, road traffic authority, workshop, buyer, seller, like you and me, and scrap merchant. So it's the full life cycle. And imagine now you go to buy a car. So there are a lot of interaction, as you can see, to get even your car only on the road, and then you have still to drive. And in summary, to make this very simple, there is a lot of friction among the actors. And there is definitely bad data quality in the whole system. Over lifetime, the data is more or less lost. We see it when there is a safety recall or whatever, or you would like to get some history of a car. So we have created the Road Traffic Authority on behalf also and with the support of our government and ministry. We could join a public-private partnership for creating an ecosystem. We have a vision, we have defined a vision. We want to co-create and participate in a 360-degree vehicle lifecycle management with blockchain technology. And, ladies and gentlemen, here, our vision is that all relevant information during the life cycle of a vehicle is there. And we want to have transparent, trustworthy, and verified vehicle history. And as this is not enough, we want to have a secure, reliable data exchange, customized data ownership, and tokenization. And complete the picture, of course, the digitalization of customer citizen processes in a digital ecosystem. Right. So how do we go about then to this? Well, we want to come from chaos to order, how the British would say here. And how do we come to order? Well, we come to order if we go to a permissioned blockchain which has a distributed ledger technology with self-sovereign identity. This is what we are currently doing and developing in this consortium, this association with 28 stakeholders. So we are just one of them as a road traffic authority, but there are also colleagues of other cantons, and there is also the Federal Road Office in here from a governmental perspective. But we have Post Finance, we have Mobiliar, we have Volvo, Porsche, AMAG, Emil Frey, all the big guys. We have multi-leasing in this consortium to manage this vehicle life cycle. Because we want to have a single point of truth which brings us, where we can utilize through blockchain technology, smart contract technology. It's nothing else than if A happens, B will, if A is good, B will be executed. And of course we can automate a lot of processes. Right, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the day, it's about trust, and it delivers trust. And the thing here is, we are developing this digital ecosystem with smart contracts and tokenization to transfer value. Because we have heard a lot of blockchain. We know it's about crypto. Ladies and gentlemen, I always say, blockchain is not equal to crypto. You can do things with crypto, of course, with blockchain technology. But for us, it's much more. It's about building trust, to have trustful information and to conduct business in a trustful environment. So, as National Road Office, I just want to share with you also that we have a vision in terms of digital ecosystem about blockchain and distributed applications. In the long term, we would like to bring all these modules into the blockchain world as such. It starts for import process, it goes on digital vehicle information, it's the so-called ECOC. COC stands for Certificate of Conformity. It's like your birth certificate, it's the birth certificate of a car or a truck. We want to have digital e-vehicle documents, digital number plates, vehicle tax management, truck road pricing, digital e-driver license, vehicle inspection, and of course, mobility and process zoning. So, our journeys, actually we are one of 8 countries in the world who has introduced the e-driving license. Well, it's not in the blockchain, but it's completely digitalized. And of course, as a next step, we could put it in the blockchain, and we are also considering that, but I would just like to show you on our journey is we go digitalization and blockchaination goes with us hand in hand, and where it makes sense, we will do that, of course. Now, I come close to my end, and if you want, we have some time for a question. It's a good time management in that sense. So let me share you 2-3 things. Benefits for citizens, for you, for the public, for private organization. There are 4 where you can see. It's about distributed product innovation, shared operational efficiency, new market platform, and secured trust. Now you could say, okay, what do you mean with this? Well, on the distributed product innovation, it's all about tokenized mobility, so that you can utilize vehicle data management and transfer distributed data. So it makes the data alive, and you can transact. Then we have, of course, shared operation efficiency. That's very important for a government. A government is always said, you have too many guys, there are too big things. We want to be very efficient as an agency. So for us, blockchain is a huge opportunity because we can standardize, automate, and by that create cost reduction. It's very, very important. At the end of the day, we can do more with less. What is in for the customers? Well, the customer, we have to see in this blockchain, that this is distributed. There is no central institution who owns this data. It's all in the blockchain as such. There is tailor-made peer-to-peer data transfer to respective partner, and we can create customized citizen services. And the last point is, of course, and that is where there are all the business opportunities in. There is a new market platform for instance availability of trustful vehicle data to buy and sell. So if I have my car, truck or whatever is blockchainized and it's in the ecosystem, and I can tokenize it, I can of course sell and trade it on platforms. I don't need a dealer, I don't need anybody. We can do it peer-to-peer. Right, and of course a lot of new business models can evolve of that. So this really comes to my conclusion of today, and I will have, we have to go to our thing, but there are 3 takeaway messages. The first one is blockchain tech as an enabler for innovation. Trustful environment with verified data, tokenize mobility to transfer value. This we can really do utilizing the technology. We can have a digital ecosystem as a new platform with what I explained to you, with all stakeholders. Of course, you have to win the trust and the stakeholders have to join as well. But it's a huge opportunity because I always say, I don't want to develop an application if 20 others have, maybe one have already developed it, or if we have to develop, we have to co-create and co-develop. Right, so the new concept of digital vehicle and data management, yeah, you have heard, it's trustful, and of course, ladies and gentlemen, it's a major step towards Liechtenstein digital strategy, because we want to have e-government in practice, and we are driving our lighthouse projects forward in the future, such as the digital e-driving license. For me, what I would like to put on and the innovation for today is really that we create, and this is the proposal and really the launch of today, that we create a mobility token, and this is the design of the mobility token, that we can really utilize a mobility token to exchange documents and to buy and sell. Right, theoretically and practically, I have 5 minutes left. I know, 18:25 we have to go upstairs, but as I have gained, or I have still 5 minutes, with, I would like, do you have any questions before we close? Would you like to raise any question or whatever? I know, please.
I've read recently that at a recent session of the Liechtenstein Parliament, where the road price